السلام علیکم قومای گل، هموطنای گرامی و دوستای نهایت عزیز. امیدوار هستم که در هر جایی که باشین لبهای شما همیشه پر از خنده باشه. یونیورسیتی کمبریج را خود نام شنیدید، درسته؟ کی باشه که نشنیده باشه؟ کمبریج یکی از بهترین یونیورسیتی های جهان است و هر کس که در این دانشگاه درس بخوانه این بیانگری دو چیز درباره از این شخص است. یک، که او بسیار لایق است. دو، یک آینده بسیار درخشان در انتظارش است. امروز میخوایم که یک شخص را در شما معرفی کنم که خودش به تازگی از این دانشگاه فارغ التحصیل شده، ماستری خود گرفته و همچنان دوره لیسانس خود در این دانشگاه انجام داده در رشته انجینیرینگ. این شخص، این جوان نامشی نجیب الله شریفی است. خوشبختانه ما از نزدیک با این جوان و خانواده ایشان آشنایی دارم. چند وقت پیش پدر و مادر از یک جشن فارغ التحصیلی برای نجیب جان گرفته بود که همه از ما دعوت بدیم دو. برای ما فرصت میسر شد تا با نجیب جان بشینم و یک سری سوالاتی که در ذهن خودم بود که احتمالاً در ذهن خیلی جوانای دیگه است که آرزوی رفتن به همچین دانشگاه را داره، مثلا دانشگاه های مثل کمبریج، آکسفورد، هاروارد. این سوالایی که در ذهن از اینا احتمالاً باشه، من از این نجیب جان سوال کردم. با اتفاق هم دیگه میریم مصاحبه رو میبینیم. یادآور شدم دوستا که مصاحبه در زبان انگلیسی است، به خاطر که نجیب جان خودش کامفورتبل نبود که در زبان فارسی گپ زد، چرا که از خردترکی در کشور بوده و تمام درس و آموزشی در زبان انگلیسی شده. بریم ببینیم.
Hey guys, we're here today. All of our friends and families, we've gathered together to celebrate the graduation of big man Najib Sharifi from Cambridge University. He's the one and only among us. Najib John, I'm gonna ask a few questions from you, and then I would like to ask your experience in Cambridge and what is your advice. So let's go ahead. Let's roll on to Najib John. Najib Sharifi is the only person, at least that I know, that has been to Cambridge University, and he has graduated from there with the first at bachelor's degree, and he has done his master's. And I would like to ask the rest of it from him. Najib John, say hello to the camera.
Hey guys, hey everyone.
Okay, Najib John, I would like to ask you about the requirement to get into Cambridge University.
I think the standard requirements usually by UCAS, which is the normal UK university system, usually is 2 A stars and an A for most subjects, but that can vary. However, it's a little bit more difficult than that. So you can get all A stars at your A levels, and you will still there's a good chance that you won't get in, because Cambridge has this belief that A level is not hard enough. And too many students get straight A stars. So one of the key things they actually have now is the entrance exam, which is like A levels but just incredibly harder. So if you pass, so the main thing is that if you have the minimum grades, and they think that you're a potential student, they invite you to do the entrance exam. If you get a reasonable mark above a threshold value, what happens is that you get invited for an interview. Now the interview is the most difficult stage. They will ask you questions that you won't know the answer. So the key idea there is to see how do you actually think, and how do you deal with a question when you don't know the answer, because A level and high school, they spoon feed us the answers. That's how they prepare us for exams, and we do well. But it's a little bit more different at university. So they have this entrance exam and the interview, which are both incredibly intense, and I think the hardest stages are those, and you need to prepare well for them. For anyone that wants to actually go to Oxbridge. And so the point I'm trying to make is if you actually do want to go to these universities, it's not just, you know, doing your own courses in college. It's actually like, you know, going out your way to make that extra level of preparation.
Okay.
And, you know, do what, you know,
Right.
other students would actually need to do. To
Okay, so you are saying that if I get A stars in my A levels, it's not a straight entry to Cambridge, right?
It's not. It's,
Okay, so that means that people need to work a lot harder than what they think they might need.
Yeah, it's honestly it's a bit misleading, because you can work hard and you think, okay, I have the grades, I'm going to go to Oxbridge, but none of the weak students actually ever apply to Oxbridge, because they don't want to waste one of their UCAS places. The students that do apply, they all have A stars. So how do they choose which ones to let in
the best
and
ones,
which
yeah,
ones
they're
not
pick,
to?
yeah.
Because at the end of the day, Cambridge, I think, is one of the most international universities. They get students from all around the world. So in order to differentiate between the best and the ones that just have grades, they have this entrance exam and interviews, and you do need to do a lot more than just your college subjects if you want to get in.
That is very scary. Anyway, let's move on. Tell me a bit about your experience in the student halls, in the Cambridge student halls. You know, it's famous, people want to be there. How does it feel to be within that community, within that surrounding? Give us a bit of information about how the day-to-day things go there.
I think everyone applies to Cambridge for one very simple reason, that the university is famous. You know, you've heard a lot about it, and everyone thinks they're going to, you know, get a lot of things from you, Cambridge. But the reality is a little different. It's both positive and negative, and I'll try and cover both. The negative part, which actually, to be fair, is one of the few negatives, is the demand for work is incredibly intense. You need to do so much work per week, every week, even in your holidays, just to stay on top of your work. And, you know, missing 1 week of uni would literally, in a lot of times, would result you in almost dropping out, because you just lose track of work and time. So it's very intense. A lot of people spend all their times in the library, and, you know, you don't... I'm not entirely sure what to say, you know.
Okay, how many hours of sleep do you get in a day?
It varies. So usually when you actually have done your work, you know, you get between 7 to 8. But during the midtime, when they have this thing called supervision work, the supervision work can be really intense, and sometimes you stay up all night doing supervision questions, and you know you might get 1 or 2 hours of sleep. But that's not always the case. Sometimes you do get enough sleep, but sometimes it does get very intense. But there is the bright side. You do get taught by people, by experts, the best in their field, and they're incredibly smart. They are people who are really passionate about their fields, and they inspire you to do better, and they inspire you to be the best that you can be, rather than maybe, you know, certain other places where people might not care. And one of the other things that I personally loved about Cambridge is the people I met there. I think the people you met there are incredibly nice people. They've honestly, they've taught me how to be a better person. Okay. They're really kind. They're very nice in every aspect. Of course, you know, you do meet the negative people. You always do. But I think the people you meet at Cambridge, they're all incredibly nice.
Friendly and helpful, yes. Okay.
Some of them are just scarily talented as well.
Of course, they must be.
And being around them, it's kind of like a self-motivation for you to try and be academically better, as well as, you know, be better in other ways. So that's personally one of the positive sides for me for Cambridge.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, well, right. Well done. Okay. Now, basically, what is your plan now that you have done your masters in a university like Cambridge? What's the plan for next year, for the 10 years ahead? You know, what have you got?
10 years ahead, that's a little difficult to answer.
Okay.
So at the moment in October, I have a PhD offer lined up.
Same university, the same place?
Yeah, it's
All
in
right.
the same university, and I would like to actually accept that. So
Okay.
for the next 3 years, I will be doing my PhD. Then after that, of course, it gets chaotic again. Going in the real world and not really know what to do. But of course, we all have our ideal dreams of what we want to do after that. And for me, personally, I would very much like to go into academia, be a professor, do research, but also teach.
Okay.
But whether that's actually going to happen or not, let's leave that bridge for the future to cross. I'm not sure at the moment.
Okay, well, you know what? I personally think that, if anyone wants to be a professor among all of us in here, you should definitely be the top candidate for that. And I congratulate you for that. And you have worked hard, and you have literally made us proud. Right now, okay, what else do I need to ask
Yeah,
from you?
I'm not entirely sure about that.
No,
but
you know what?
thank you very
Honestly,
much.
you're an inspiration to me personally, because I did university. I went university as well, but I didn't go there every week. You know what I mean? I had times off. I had to go to work and stuff. So that is why I didn't do well. And now I'm here. I'm interviewing somebody. You know what I mean? But
You too, kind.
so I think. Do you really think that in the next, say, 5-10 years, from especially the Hazara community in Manchester, do you think there would be likely more people going to Cambridge? Is it easy, or is it... obviously, you said it's very hard, but, still, do you think we have the talent here?
I hope so. Personally, I feel it's very difficult for us just because of the cultural and language barrier.
Yes.
I think culture is the main issue with a lot of people losing their identity. Personally, from what I've seen from a lot of young people, I think there are some incredibly talented young ones amongst us. And hopefully, if they choose their paths correctly, I do think we're going to have quite a few students in the future.